All right, everybody, guys, my name is Ben, and I'm back again with ReZero, episode 37 in season 2, The Witches' Tea Party. All right, so first off, it says witches, and not the singular witches, but like the plural ownership. So with the apostrophe S after the S, which means multiple witches. So you'll potentially be seeing more witches than just the one that we have been seeing. So, okay. So last time we had Subaru go back to the mansion. He talked to Beatrice, and we found out a lot about her. So found out that she was a spirit. She had one of the 2 truth books. I don't know what you exactly call them. I don't remember the names, but one of the 2 truth books, and the other one had the other one was a Roswaal who had the other truth book, and his seemed to be working while hers was not. So, and not necessarily working, but like it stopped telling her the future. So, I mean, I don't know if it's a defect or if it just didn't have the requirements to tell her the future. So, excuse me. And we also now know that the smaller books are like micro versions of the big books. So yeah, those kind of the little ones belong to the witches cult, which is not related to the witches, which for some reason the witches cult is like a fan club, pretty much, from my understandings. So it's not necessarily like the witches aren't the one who's making them. That's why she didn't recognize the Archbishop of Greed. So apparently those are just extras, but they do have magical powers of their own, apparently. Excuse me, I'm caught my throat. So, but there are so you have the archbishops and the witches cult, and then on the other side we have I forget what they call apostles of at least of greed. So we at least know the apostle of greed. That's about all we know. Okay, and then like I said, we learned a lot about Beatrice. When they went to escape, they managed to get all the way to the bridge where what is her name? Mei Li, I think that's her name, the little girl from the village, who was using the what are their names? The mob beasts to attack in the first season. So apparently she was the one controlling them. I don't know if she was controlling the little dog. I don't know if maybe that little dog was too high. No, that little dog would have had to have been a much. No. I think she'd be able to control him, because Elsa did say that her partner was on the way, and then that big dog mob beast showed up. So I'm assuming that she also controlled that one. Goodness. So they went and they ended up killing Elsa, not Elsa, killed Beatrice. But right before Beatrice died, she sent Subaru away. This was after Elsa did her little magic trick or whatever to backstab, literally, Beatrice. Back to the forest trap area, the witch's graveyard area. And we know that Amelia. I'm terrible with names, so memorizing all these names is very, very rough for me. So Amelia is going crazy right now. So I'm assuming that has to do something with the witch. I don't really understand, but something's going on. I'm sure they'll explain it somewhere down the line. And then we have Roswaal, who, the second he did it, I understand why he did it. It was the same reason. It was the same reasoning that Roswaal said that Subaru had. So I understand what he did and why he did it. I understand it. I completely get it. And does it necessarily make it okay? That's up for the person to decide. I mean, technically it never happens because he's flashing away. So it never happened, right? He knows that it definitely is possible, but it never happened. So, you know. How he found out, though, that's interesting. I don't know. I don't know how he doesn't know. I don't know how he does know. So this is interesting, you know? But all right, so go ahead and click the link in the description below for the reaction. Oh my goodness, boys. That was wild. That was wild indeed. Oh my goodness. See, I knew it wasn't Rem, obviously. But I didn't know if it was like a mental vision or if it was someone else. I thought it was Satella at first, which I guess it could technically. No, because it was the Witch of Lust. Anyway, so I figured he was going through the motions. He went back to be invited to the Witch's Tea Party, and he started going through all of his past deaths. So, and it was like, think of what was it? He said something. It was like, I'm trying to find what he said. Oh, yeah, behold an unthinkable present. Okay. So it is past, present, future. All right. It wasn't present as in like, here's a gift, right? That's what I was thinking the whole time. But now that I'm reading it, I understand that it's present as in time. So you had past, the second trial is present, and the third one is future. I don't know how they're going to do the future. So I don't know how this affects other people, right? But we obviously know that it affects Subaru in the way that it currently is because of because he's able to experience post-life every time, right? Things that have happened, but because of the Witch of Envy, it undid it. So he gets to see all of his afterlives, if you would, for however long those goes on. I don't know how long those go on. We never even thought about that. I always thought about it being immediate, but I guess she would have to maybe show up and be like, you know, and whip him back. I don't know exactly how the the Return by Death works. I don't really know how it all works, but it really is interesting. So he started going through all of his deaths. Really cool to see Reinhardt come through and kind of whack. I'm trying to get a good picture up on the screen for you guys. But we get to see his actual sword, and it's massive. He's got a great sword. Because we've seen him use like the little swords, or like the little sword, I should say. I don't think he's actually been in another fight outside of this one, but it is kind of cool to see that it actually went on and he was actually stronger, or at least from what it appeared to be, he was stronger than why is this taking so long to load? Goodness. So he was stronger than Puck. Really interesting. So he went through and fake Rem. This is the Witch of Lust going through doing her love thing, and there were little subtle hints showing that it wasn't her, and Subaru caught it, pushed her away, and then we get to meet the Witch of Lust. I don't remember her name. Carmilla. Carmilla. Very reserved looking. I thought she'd be a little more out there, but I guess not. So he went, and then we started meeting. So she gave a contract in which she didn't lie about anything. She told the contract, but she didn't say exactly. She's going to do everything in the contract exactly as she stated, but it's not exact. It's kind of like a genie almost, like hey, like I wish for this. He's gonna give you that, but it's not gonna be 100% that. It's gonna be like 2% that and 98% something else. So she said, oh, like I'll take you to the perfect, most ideal path, like to the perfect ending and all that stuff. But he never said his perfect ending, you know. Plus, he doesn't exactly know what that is. So, really smart writing right there, right? Being able to write someone like that. So they're about to make the contract, and then Minerva shows up. She was really excited about it. And then Minerva shows up and is like, nah. She's like, you ain't doing this. So we got Echidna, Minerva, and then who else showed up? I'm terrible with names, right? So I'm trying. I have them all written down. And then Carmilla shows up, right? And then we got to see, gosh, what was her name? The sixth. Well, I figured someone like this would be Sloth. It's very interesting. I'm trying to get her name. Who are you? Sekhmet. I'm going with that. Sekhmet. Right. I don't remember her name. I don't remember her name. But they both showed up. Oh my goodness. Literally all 6 witches showed up. Oh my goodness. I wonder what he's going to do here. Because he's not back in the real world yet. Right? He's still at the witches' tea party. But all 6 of the witches were here. And then Satella showed up. So here we have Lust, Greed, Wrath, Sloth. These 2, I really thought they would switch places. But you know, I guess to each their own. This is Gluttony. This is Pride, I think. Pride. Yeah, Pride. Okay. They all want to make contracts with him, right? They're all witches, right? He has to realize that they're witches. They're not good people. Like, they're witches. They're witches. Like, they're gonna do bad stuff, right? They would be called like an enchantress or some crap if they were a cleric or something like that if they were good, or mage. But no, they're witches. They're evil. You know, it's like, you don't think zombie. You don't think people are just gonna, you know, oh, you need an extra heart. Here you go. You know, it's like no, it's not the word. They're witches. Like. So she goes on, she gives this incredible speech, really just encapsulating her as a character, showing her greed, her desire for everything. Like, it only makes sense. It all makes sense. Like, this is, of course she's going to use. She's like, of course you can use me. And then the slow transition from the big smile, right? This right here. This slow transition to the big smile to like the greedy kind of face. Like this look. Oh my gosh. That is one of the answers that will satisfy my curiosity after all. Whew. It means there's multiple, but still. Whew. That's really interesting. And the fact that she gave the contract to Beatrice I thought it was going to be something like, you're going to wait for that person that's in contract with me. But it wasn't. She was just that, you're going to wait for that person. And it's like, okay, well, guess we'll find out. And then Satella's here. And I don't know if she's pissed. I don't know if she's happy, right? We see the cut. We see the haircut. Literally looks to the dime like Amelia. Like, I'm talking like ridiculously similar. Always keeps the eyes covered. Every time. We never see Amelia and Satella in the same spot. I'm telling you. Maybe she's like possessed, because there's always this purple aura around her. And someone told me that that she's sealed away. So there's got to be magic of hers. She's not dead. She's just sealed. So where is she sealed? Who knows, right? But all right, that's about all I got. I don't really got much. He has to save everyone at the same time. He has to not only save the mansion where Satella's going. Now, I mean, she's here now, so maybe it changed the path. But he has to go to the mansion. He has to make sure Amelia doesn't go mad, right? He has to pretty much save everyone at the same time. So yeah, so it was cool to see to get Rim's voice actress back. It was a very good to nice hear to her voice. Nice hearing her voice again. So, but that, I'm gonna move on, right? I'm gonna go into the next episode. I'm gonna try to binge as many of these tonight as I can. I'm off tomorrow, so I'm going to be attempting to just binge through as many as I can before I start getting too tired. So, yeah, I should be able to get them one in a row, and then if not, I will just I'm gonna try to finish the rest of the series today so that you guys can get a video every day until it's done, and then I'm going to be working on the next series. So if you guys want to look into what I'm doing next, you can just drop it in the general comment section if you want, but the people on my Patreon will obviously have priority, so that's where most of my voting does. I will be taking anything that you all request and throwing on there. We'll be doing I will be doing the voting and whatnot on there. So please, if you want to further support me, check out the Patreon in the description below, as well as other links. Like, comment, subscribe, all that really helps. Other than that, I will see you all in the next one.